I have the same connection. My mom was an investor.
The best advice I can give to people is, hey, if you keep going and you don't give up, success is at the end of the tunnel.
How important are connections, partnerships, and commitment to the game itself?
Comparing yourself to others is an enemy, I think, and it's your journey.
Colin, how old are you?
There are tons of other communities out there, but I feel like this one, it's like a family, dude. And
welcome everyone to the Investor Deli podcast, where we cut through all the noise and deliver actual insight to you and make the information the star. I'm your host, Manifested Mando on IG. Please hit the like, subscribe button, like, share, and care. If you love yourself, you're being successful, and you're going for your dreams, hit that like button. Also support the merch store. I have a merch brand specifically made for you guys, all investors. I hope you guys support. Thank you for all the supporters I've had already. And thank you so much for coming. Colin Hughes, welcome to the pod, brother. How are you?
What's up, man? I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm awesome, brother. I appreciate you locking in with me, coming on the main stage. I saw a post you did a couple days ago, and it just resonated with me. I just was like, wow, this young guy's out here killing it. And I just said, man, I got to reach out to him and make a connection. It's something for me, something to behold when a young person embarks on this endeavor. And it's not the traditional methods of doing it. People usually go to, they take the traditional way to go to college, high school, college and stuff. But you decided while you're in college, I'm also do this little thing here called real estate. And I appreciate you coming on, brother. Colin, tell the people kind of where you're from, what you're doing, what have you been up to?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on. So I'm Colin, originally from San Antonio, Texas. I'm out here in College Station. I'm at Texas A&M here in college. Been in Subto for 2 years, been doing wholesaling with Subto and seller finance deals about the last year, maybe a year and a half now, but I've had a lot of success. I'm actually a licensed real estate agent as well. So I'm heavy in the direct to agent side of it. That's just what I do. And it's been going really well, man.
That's awesome. So you said you've been at Subto for 2 years, right?
Basically a little bit less, but almost 2 years.
Okay. What drove you there? I'm sure you saw a pace. And what were you interested in the real estate sector? You have family that are investors, or what was the onus for you to hop on?
It was my mom. My mom actually joined Subto with me. She started following pace before I did. But honestly, once I joined it, dude, I was hooked. I love learning. I think real estate is an amazing industry to get into, and there's so much potential with it. So I'm very thankful for my mom. And I'm very lucky to be at the spot I'm at now, but I worked my butt off to be here. So I'm very glad to be here, and I'm sure, tons more in the future to come. Subto is only growing, the community is only growing, and we're only growing. So,
dude, I love that. I knew I liked you for a reason. I had the same connection. My mom was an investor, and I learned the game from my mom. So I can resonate with that story, like having that connection with your mom that's saying, wow, let's embark on this journey together. Why not us, right? So that's super dope. So I know you said you're in college, you're a college student, you're in Texas A&M, you're an Aggie. I'm a college football fan. I love the Miami Hurricanes, So I think we're better than you guys are, but whatever. But yeah, so you're in the Dallas market. I know you say San Antonio. Are you? Let's get into actually what is it in real estate that you're doing? What's your sector? Are you an investor? Are you a buy and holder? What is it that you're doing now?
Right now, I want to be a buyer, but right now I have to build up my money. Got to get my bank account more. Got to get more cash. More stuff on the side. But right now, wholesaling Subto deals mostly. Right now, I've done probably 4 or 5 deals in San Antonio. We're hitting other markets too. Dallas is actually one market we're hitting now a lot more too. I know we can talk about that after. I know you're doing a lot of stuff in Dallas, but San Antonio is my main market because I'm from there, and I'm actually licensed there, and my brokerage is there. So I do a lot of stuff there. I have a lot of connections. So, the one advice I'll give the viewers is, whatever place you're from, like, your roots, there's tons of potential there because you understand that area more. You've been there your whole life. You know the market probably, and you know people there. So anyone who's starting, I would highly recommend to start from your roots, start in your hometown. Just because the connections.
Hitting on that, how important are connections, partnerships, and commitment to the game itself? Because I'm sure you didn't come off the bat and had success right away to say, hey, oh my God, a pot of gold is right over here, guys, right? I'm sure there's some mindset as well that goes into it, and how you carry yourself through those tough times where you're not making deals and you may be second guessing yourself? Like, man, is this the right thing to do? Kind of touch base on that a little bit, Colin.
It was tough, and mentally it just really hard for me, seeing all these people with tons of success and me here with zero deals. So the one thing I told myself was, look, you're not going to quit, you're going to keep going, and you're going to learn. And the best advice I can give to people is, hey, if you keep going and you don't give up, success is at the end of the tunnel. So don't give up, keep going, and keep pushing.
I love that, because that perseverance to get you through, that belief in yourself to, hey, I can do this, fighting through the urge of like quitting or even FOMO and say, man, just got a deal, he started after I did, or this gal started after I did, and they got 2-3 deals going on, they're moving, they're shaking and baking, and I'm like, yo, what's going on with me, right? That thing kind of may play in your head if you ain't got your mind screwed on right?
Absolutely. It's very hard in this industry or any industry where you're trying to be an entrepreneur to not compare yourself to others, because it's a world full of competition. There's tons of people who are very successful. And if you can literally go on Instagram or TikTok right now and find tons of young 20-year-olds who are multimillionaires. So the one thing I've always done is just like, hey, it's my own journey. My journey is different from that person's journey. And I'm going to, slowly learn and slowly get better. I think comparing yourself to others is an enemy, I think, and it's your journey. And, someone's journey, they could have a really quick journey, they can quit. And then other people could, start at 20 years old and do real estate and entrepreneurship the rest of their lives.
Colin, how old are you?
19.
Woo-wee!
Yep.
At 19, I was doing none of this stuff. I tell you right now, man. Again, salute to you, kudos to you, your mom. Again, salute, dude. You said it took you 8 months to crack that first deal. Talk about that.
Yeah, 8 months, bro, and it's like, that's a long time. If you're calling every single day, I don't know how many days that is. That's a really long time. Bro. So again, I knew cold calling is a really important skill. And I think you could take that skill of cold calling to tons of other avenues, right? Because obviously networking is huge and communication is very important. Cold calling, I learned so much from cold calling, and I'm very thankful for it. And obviously now I'm more on the closer side. Like I'm getting into that side and I'm actually, getting into other avenues as well. But I would, tell people like, hey, like this route of calling and, sales is such a good thing, especially when you're young, because you get experience. You deal with people telling you to F off all the time, and you deal with failure basically like on a daily basis. So, I'm very thankful for it. Even though it's 8 months is a very long time to get a deal, momentum's a thing. Now I'm like close to deal 10, right? So it's a lot can change once you learn, and once you, show yourself, you can keep going. Right? Never quit.
Bro, that's pushing to like 240 days of nonstop action, right? Getting those calls and people hanging up on you or whatever, right? You get all them stories I'm sure you have that be like, oh man, is this what I'm doing, right? Should I just chill out and just embrace the college life? And again, it's not an easy road to path. But tell me about that first deal, bro. Like when you closed it, how was it, man? What was the deal? Get into a little bit.
Absolutely. So my first deal was in San Antonio, and it was a good deal. I mean, it was a subject to deal, just typical sub 2 deal. But honestly, for me, I have partners who took me under their wing when I first started, and helped me all the way up to my first deal. And they still help me now. They do a ton of stuff with me, right? Every day, basically. And, it was one of those, I called them. They were like, look, we had 5 other sub 2 offers, but I would like to look at yours as well. Me and my partner, went over the deal. We looked at it and it was a really good deal. So my partner was licensed for 10 years. He's very experienced in sub 2. He's done probably 40 or 50 sub 2 deals. So, me being with him is just a huge advantage. So he helped me lock the deal up. We got under contract, got the buyer right away and closed. So it was such a long time ago. Honestly, the numbers and stuff I kind of forgot about, but I know he made a pretty good rip off of it. But again, I was a JV, so I didn't make that much off it just because I was just starting.
That's super dope. Tell us about what it means to be in sub 2. How's the community? How's it embraced you? And again, I'm sure you have incredible relationships that you built. Tell us a little bit about the sub 2 community.
Absolutely. I'm very thankful to be in it. Like, thanks for Pace, having this whole wonderful community. And I'm very thankful for everyone in it. There's so many go-getters in the community and so many people who are on their stuff. Like they're hard workers or go-getters. They're always about this life. And it's awesome being part of it and also having the opportunity to give back. I love helping people. And that's my goal with this. Like, hey, how can I build a platform where I can help people get their first deal and people have success in this world? Because right now it's pretty tough to be successful. And I think a lot of people just don't know their path yet. So my goal is to like help newbies in the community or other people as well find their path and find their goals and accomplish them.
Man, shout out some people in Subto that made a difference in your life, man.
Absolutely.
Love.
Absolutely. So Gordon Saran, that's the partner he was my right-hand man, I guess. He took me under his wing. We have tons of deals now. Sean as well. He's integrator. Dom. These guys are all heavy hitters. They're all on the team. I'll also shout out Ken and Ali as well. They're my two other partners. That's basically the group right now and the people who I talk to every day and who I do deals with every day. So very thankful for all of them. And it's awesome being part of this amazing community.
Man, shout out to the team, man. You can't do it without them, right? I'm sure they're supportive of you as well. Dude, like I said, I follow you. I've been following your journey. You're getting active on the social medias. You're really starting to pick up. I guess that happened after Squad Up. I know you went Squad Up. We had Squad Up in Dallas 2025. What was Squad Up for you? Was this your first time in Squad Up? Did you go last year? Talk about it.
My first time. It was awesome. I had an unbelievable time there. It was great. It was an amazing event. All the speakers were great. But the one thing I learned about it, and this is kind of why I started all this social media stuff, was products, right? You're trying to sell products, and Pace is a genius marketer. That's the one thing I learned from Pace. Unbelievable marketer. And, my goal is to be like that one day. Obviously, I'm not there yet. I have a long way to go, but I see that and I'm like, dude, this guy is amazing. He is a genius. And that's kind of why I started this, because I wanted to share my path and give people motivation. So that's what Pace did. And I think giving back is such a good thing now. And especially with all the social media, we have the opportunity to help people. So that's my goal. I want to help people. And I think when you help people, it could also help yourself. But I think you only live life once, right? So doing good to others and helping people is the best way to go at life.
Yeah, Squad Up was amazing. It was my second time going around. Like so many go-givers, so much love. So many people want to collaborate. So many opportunities, right? The room. It's just exhilarating to be around like-minded people. So many of us, right? So many of us. Like I connected. I was telling Colin, dude, I got your blink. We blinked somehow. I don't know when and where, but I was looking through my phone and I say, man, somehow me and Colin already hooked up. I don't recall how and when. Maybe one of those late nights by the media cafe. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, bro, it was amazing. I connected with so many people, and it's so great to be part of this because there are tons of other communities out there, but I feel like this one, it's like a family, dude. And, there's people who are, private money lenders. There's so many different avenues in it. So if you need help on some sort of thing in real estate, this is the best place to be, man. So I'm very thankful.
Yeah. All the answers to what you want to accomplish in the real estate space, they're all in this community. Literally, you just got to speak it out and you'll find your answers, right? Closed mouth don't get fed. Dude, you've encountered some success. Like I said, I'm a follower. You said you made $5,000 in a month, and you said you made $100K in 90 days. Talk about that, bro.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the 100K, that's 100K in assignment fees. And it was actually a little bit more. I did the math, but it was crazy. That's how much we got in assignment fees. And literally it was a span of like 90 days. And then, $5,000, that's, it's good money, but I will tell you, and this is very important, $5,000 won't necessarily change your life, but what will change your life is using that money for self-improvement and using that money and investing in yourself and learning. That's what's important, because for me, like all this money I get, like it's great and all, but I want to invest it all in myself and invest it in like helping people, and then obviously you could take others on your journey and then you could all rise up to the top.
Yeah. You gotta always hone those skills, right? That skill set, sharpen them tools, right? Keep on new tools in your tool bag, be able to reach out and aim and fire when needed. That's super important. That's the life of an entrepreneur. Always kind of honing their skills, looking for new information, looking always in the horizon. What can I learn, right? What's out there for me to grow, right? It's always I always say this, it's self-discovery through real estate. That's kind of what we're doing. And I believe that wholeheartedly as well. You always have to reinvest in yourself to be able to move on to the next ladder of success, right? And the doors will be open for you. The universe will provide all these answers, right? So obviously you've encountered some success. Your team is moving and grooving. What are you looking forward to next? What are you staying in the Texas market? Are you opening up? What's next for you, brother?
Absolutely. So I've done some deals in New Orleans now, and that's another market I'm really into. Also, the Georgia area, Atlanta specifically, great market. I've been doing a lot of stuff there. We have a deal closing in the next like 15 days there. Really good deal. But it's been great. I think right now I really want to focus on helping people because I'm young, right? I've had success, but a lot of people are still not sure what they want to do at this young age. So I'm trying to grow the social media stuff. I want to help people and build a platform where people are like, oh, this guy has really helped me be successful. That's what I want. And, that's the point of life, is to help people. So that's probably what I'm going to focus on now. And also I'm really getting into the AI space. There's so much opportunity in the AI space. So obviously the wholesaling stuff, I'm definitely sticking to that, but there's definitely a ton of stuff cooking for the future. Absolutely.
I love that. How's mom? She's active in Subto as well. How's she doing?
Yeah, she's a doctor, so she tries to be as active as she can. But yeah, she was actually with me. She flew from San Antonio to Dallas and met me at the summit. I drove up, but yeah, it's always good to see her. She's doing great. Obviously, she's very proud of me. And her message to me is, "Hey, you have this opportunity to give back. Go do it."
That's awesome. Shout out to mom, for real, dude. As you know, we were in Squad Up. There was a lot of talk about Mount Everest. What is your Mount Everest, right? If you listen to the title of the event, it's Summit, right? So there's a summit, there's a connection to your Mount Everest. What's your personal journey? What's your growth? Where do you see yourself in the next couple of years? You're a very young guy, so you have your whole life in front of you. Where do you see your business? Where do you see yourself personally in the next couple of years? What are you looking forward to?
Absolutely. So one of my goals, I have a lot of goals, but I think the one that'd be the best fit for this conversation is in the next 5 years, I want to have 25 co-living properties and, help veterans with housing and other people who are needing the affordable housing. I think that is huge. Obviously, Jamil talked about it, and I thought that was probably my favorite part of the whole summit was listening to Jamil. But I think affordable housing is a huge thing. Not only can you make a ton of money, you can make 3 or 4 grand a month as a pad split, but you're also helping people who can't afford to live in a normal property, and they're going to, live in a room and pay, not that much, but it's a win-win-win for everyone. So that's my goal right now for real estate, but I'm also, doing a lot of other stuff as well. But short term, I think in the next 5 years, I want to own 25 co-living properties.
Dude, that's awesome. Shout out to Astro Flipping Zone, Jamil Damji. He's awesome. He's one of my favorites. I love the guy. Tell us about that. What was it about what he was talking about that resonated to you when he was up on stage?
His energy. He's such a positive guy, and I could tell he's being genuine. And it was so interesting for me because I'm a numbers guy, right? So, on like the top, or I guess on the screen, you could see all the numbers, and I took a picture of it. I was studying that, and I was like, this is crazy. Like, think about it. You could, be all in at 20 or 25 grand on a Subto deal, and you could probably make $2,000 or $3,000 a month as a pad split after the renovations and stuff. Like, that's crazy. Most long-term rentals are like, $200 or $300 a month, and it's pretty tough to make a lot of money off it. But dude, this pad split thing's insane, and I was so intrigued by it, dude. It's like, it was crazy. Me and my partners were like, bro, we got to get into this right now.
Yeah, it's not, let's say, a trend, it's a need, right? Like Airbnb, that's more of a trendy thing. You want to go beachside and have a nice place, or a glamping, whatever. This is kind of a real problem, or affordability problem across the nation, that people kind of are boxed out of the economy. They can't have a decent place to live at in a decent neighborhood. They can't purchase a house. Interest rates are out of control. Salaries are not matching the cost of inflation. So this is absolutely something that we, the people, have to resolve, because the government's not going to step in and able to resolve issues of this magnitude. It has to be the investor sector that be able to overcome these the needs for the people, right?
Absolutely. It's it's in our responsibility to help the world and make the world a better place. Absolutely.
For sure. Colin, give us your social media handles. Where can people see you? Where can people visit you? You started off your journey in the social media, YouTube. Let us know where we can find you, brother.
Yeah, so my Instagram is Colin Hughes 2121. I'm trying to post a few times a day. I have TikTok. It's Colin Hughes REI, and then the biggest one right now I'm trying to promote the most is my YouTube. It's also Colin Hughes REI. But trying to give back, give young people advice, that they're looking for and be genuine. So I just started literally last week, dude, but I'm going to crank away and I'm trying to reach out to as many people as possible. And I think using social media as a positive way to help people is a great thing to do.
Leave us a message for the young guys and gals who are trying to accomplish something such as you. Give them a word of encouragement.
Anything is possible. That's number one. I think anything is possible. Don't let, your parents or your friends or family tell you it's not. Anything in this world's possible, and you can accomplish anything. So the number one thing you need to do is you got to keep working. You got to put your head down. You got to ignore the doubts, and you just got to be blessed to be alive. I think, we're here. We're lucky to be on this earth. Why not, make the best use of it, make the world a better place.
I love that, Colin. Make sure you guys follow the makings of a hero. This gentleman right here, this young guy doing this thing. Thank you for coming on the main stage, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me.